Zillow says your house is worth $550,000, but buyers in your neighborhood might actually be paying closer to $600,000 or sometimes even $500,000. That's because Zillow estimates often miss something incredibly important here in Northwest Arkansas. And today I'm going to show you exactly why Zillow gets it wrong so often and what data actually determines your home's real value. Most homeowners assume Zillow has access to all the same information real estate professionals do, but that's actually not true. In fact, there are three major factors affecting Northwest Arkansas home values right now that Zillow's algorithm simply cannot see. And if you're a homeowner thinking about selling in the next year or two, understanding these factors could literally mean tens of thousands of dollars in equity. If you're new here, I'm Jim McDonough with Coldwell Banker Harris McCaney and Fawcett here in Northwest Arkansas. I spend a lot of time studying our local market trends and infrastructure changes because Northwest Arkansas is one of the fastest growing regions in the country. And in markets like this, the data that determines home values is constantly shifting. That's exactly where automated valuation models start to struggle. To be fair, Zillow's Zestimate isn't random. It's based on what's called an automated valuation model. These algorithms analyze things like recent home sales, square footage, and the number of bedrooms and bathrooms. They also look at lot size, tax records, and nearby comparable homes. In slow-moving markets, that works reasonably well, but Northwest Arkansas is not a slow-moving market. This region is experiencing one of the fastest growth cycles in the United States. And that kind of growth introduces factors algorithms simply can't measure. Blind spot number 1. Infrastructure expansion. Zillow doesn't know what the city is planning to build next, but that information can dramatically change property values. Right now, across Northwest Arkansas, we are seeing sewer expansion projects and new road connectivity. We're also seeing new mixed-use developments, retail corridors expanding, and even school boundary changes. These things can raise demand in a neighborhood long before the first home sale reflects it. So Zillow's algorithm is still looking backward, while the market is already moving forward. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine two identical homes in similar neighborhoods. One neighborhood just gained sewer access and new development nearby, the other didn't. To Zillow, those homes might look identical, but to buyers and builders, they're not even close. And that difference can easily shift values $20,000, $40,000, or sometimes much more. By the way, if you've ever looked up your Zestimate and thought, that number seems off, comment Zillow below. I'm curious how far off it was. One of the biggest drivers of home values here isn't something Zillow measures at all: trail access. Northwest Arkansas has built one of the most recognized cycling networks in the country. The Razorback Greenway and connected trail systems attract buyers who specifically want bike access and walkable connectivity. And many of these buyers are relocating from larger metro areas. Homes near trail access sell faster and for higher prices. But again, Zillow doesn't measure lifestyle demand patterns, it measures past transactions, and by the time those higher prices show up in the sales data, the market has already shifted. Blind spot number 3, hyperlocal neighborhood demand. Northwest Arkansas is one of the most hyperlocal markets in the country. Two homes only a few streets apart can have very different values depending on school district lines and proximity to employment centers. New retail development, neighborhood reputation, and proximity to bike trails or parks are factors that never show up in automated data models. I've seen situations where a Zestimate suggested a home was worth around $525,000, but after analyzing actual buyer demand and recent neighborhood activity, the home ultimately sold closer to $565,000. Not because the house was different, but because demand in that neighborhood had quietly increased, and the algorithm simply hadn't caught up yet. There are a couple of common myths. Myth number 1, Zillow knows what buyers will pay. Reality, Zillow only knows what buyers paid in the past. Myth number 2, Zillow sees the same data agents see. Reality, agents analyze market momentum, buyer behavior, and development changes. Myth number 3, Zillow values are always close. Reality, in fast-growing markets, they can sometimes be tens of thousands of dollars off. So how do you actually determine your home's real value in a market like this? The approach we use layers multiple types of information together. We analyze MLS sales data, municipal development plans, and infrastructure expansion timelines. We also layer in buyer demand patterns, absorption rates, and neighborhood pricing momentum. Instead of just asking what homes sold for last month, we ask where demand is moving next. That's what allows sellers to position their homes correctly. The biggest mistake homeowners make is assuming Zillow knows something about their home value, but in reality, it's just an algorithm looking at old data. In a rapidly changing market like Northwest Arkansas, the homeowners who understand the real data usually come out ahead. If you're curious what your home might actually be worth in today's Northwest Arkansas market, I offer something called a market positioning review. It's a hyper-local analysis based on real buyer activity and current market trends. If you'd like one, just comment value below or check the link in the description. And in my next video, I'll explain 5 hidden factors driving Northwest Arkansas home values in 2026. Some of them might surprise you.